Hello students, let us discuss the allotropes of sulfur. Sulfur is an element of group 16. Sulfur exists in the numerous allotropic forms. From this, the two important are rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur can also be called as alpha sulfur and beta sulfur respectively. Let us do a comparative study between the two allotropes of sulfur, that is rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is a yellow rhombic crystal, but monoclinic sulfur is dull yellow but long needle-like crystals, as it is shown in the figure here. At temperature 369 Kelvin, when the temperature was above 369 Kelvin, and the time the rhombic sulfur is get converted into monoclinic sulfur. And when the temperatures were below 369, at that case, the monoclinic sulfur get converted into rhombic sulfur. So, the temperature 369 Kelvin, that temperature is called as transition temperature, where both the alpha sulfur and beta sulfur are stable. So what we can say that at the temperature below 369 Kelvin, alpha sulfur is stable, that is rhombic. Rhombic sulfur is stable in the temperature below 369 Kelvin. And above temperature 369 Kelvin, beta sulfur is more stable. So this is the temperature at which both the rhombic and monoclinic sulfur are stable. So this temperature is called as transition temperature. So what we can say that rhombic sulfur is an allotrope of sulfur which is stable at room temperature. So the most stable form of sulfur at room temperature is the rhombic sulfur, which is also called as alpha sulfur. Rhombic sulfur, that is an alpha sulfur, this is the most stable form of sulfur. It is obtained by slowly evaporating a solution of rolled sulfur in CS2. When the octahedral crystals of rhombic sulfur are formed, this is yellow in color. So this is the way how we obtain rhombic sulfur. But monoclinic sulfur, it is a crystal of rhombic sulfur which are slowly heated to 369 Kelvin. They slowly change into needle-like shape. That sulfur is called as monoclinic sulfur. So here the temperature 369 Kelvin, it is the temperature at which we can convert one sulfur, that is rhombic, into monoclinic and monoclinic into rhombic. It is a yellow but dull yellow color, and that is insoluble in water. That is monoclinic sulfur. So let us list out the important point in this. The sulfur exhibit two type of allotropes here. The most common allotropes, that is yellow rhombic, that is alpha, and the other one is monoclinic. Here the 369 Kelvin is the most important point here. In this temperature both can exist. So there can be interchange. One can be interchanged into other by increasing the temperature above 369 and by decreasing the temperature 369 Kelvin. One can be easily transferred into other. So this temperature is called as transition temperature, and both of them have S8 molecule. It have a ring puckered like a crown like shape structure that we'll be going to discuss here. There is another allotrope of sulfur also, that is cyclo S6, which have chair form structure. S2 is formed at high temperature, that is 1000 Kelvin, so which is actually paramagnetic like the case of oxygen. It is paramagnetic because of two unpaired electrons present in the antibonding orbitals like O2. That is an important point here, usually getting question on this area. That is why it is paramagnetic, because of two unpaired electron present in the antibonding orbitals like O2, that is at high temperature. When we compare the structure, that is S8 structure, which is given here for the rhombic sulfur, and this is the structure for S6 form. It is like crown structure and it is like a chair form structure. So these are the structures of allotropes of sulfur. One question is given in the textbook that is based on this topic. The question, that is example number 7.12. Which form of sulfur shows paramagnetic behavior? Usually this question is familiar in the board examination. So, which form of sulfur shows paramagnetic behavior? That is, in the vapor state, sulfur exists as S2 molecule, which has two unpaired electrons in the antibonding pi star orbitals like oxygen. Hence, they exhibit paramagnetism. Just now we have discussed a point, that is, at the temperature, in the high temperature, they shows paramagnetic behavior because of the presence of unpaired electron in the antibonding orbitals like O2. So, therefore, they exhibit paramagnetism. So, it is one of the important question. So, the straightforward answer here, it exists as S2 molecule at high temperature because of the presence of unpaired electron in the antibonding orbital. They exhibit paramagnetism. So this is, we have discussed about the two allotropes of sulfur, that is rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. So this is a actually important area. Usually the questions comes in this area, that is a comparative study or differences between the alpha and beta sulfur. The question are familiar like this. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.